Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Walk in Favor Network. I am your host, Pastor K. How's everybody doing? How you doing with getting up 10 minutes earlier? Are you still reading the scriptures that I gave you the beginning of the month? Because a lot of people have written me in emails and said they are very helpful. And don't forget to still continue to journal. A lot of people are saying the journaling is helping. Now, I want to get into my topic for today, and I want to open the week up with a question. And this is the question: when people look at you, what do they see? When people look at your life as a whole, what do they see? Do they see a person who is a good person, a person who has good character, a person who's integral, a person who's sweet, kind, compassionate? What do you really think people see when they look at you? And a lot of times, when you go and sit in at homegoing services, you hear people getting up saying so many things about the person. But is everything they're saying about that person true, or are they just saying that because that person is no longer here? So I want to take a look at this a little bit today. Do people see the first fruits working in you? Do they see a good spirit in you? Or do they see works of the flesh in you? Think about that for a moment. In the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 15 through about verse 21, 22. I want you to read that when you get an opportunity to, but I want to emphasize verse 16. And it says, "By their fruit you will recognize, or you will know them." By their fruit you will know them. You will recognize them by their fruit. Pay attention. Now, if we jump down to verse 18, it says, "A good tree cannot bear bad fruit." A good tree cannot bear bad fruit. What do y'all think about those two verses right there? Just read them a little bit later today and just walk through it and ask yourself, when you look at yourself, what do you see? When other people see you and look over your life, what will they say about you? And also, when you look at people, do you see good fruit in them? Because it says a good tree cannot bear bad fruit. Now, in looking at that, I want to give you an illustration here. Here's just a illustration, and I think you're going to like this illustration. But again, some people think that they are demonstrating good fruit simply because they've done a few good deeds. They volunteer, they contribute to charities, they give donations to the church. But that's not evidence of your total character. That's just a part of the deeds that you have done, or deeds that person done. Let me give the illustration now. There was a man, and he saw a tree. Now this man, his favorite fruit was apples. And he could never get apples trees to grow on his property. So he was looking at someone else's apple tree, and he was just desiring it and envy of the other man because his tree was bearing good apples, and he, on the other hand, couldn't even get an apple tree to grow up. The growth will staunch and the tree will die out. So he was looking on his property and he saw a tree. And he says, this tree looks good and is strong. So I think this is what I'll do. So the man went to the local store. And in this store, it has a lot of different home goods and items you use to decorate your home. So he saw all of these beautiful red plastic apples. He was in the plastic fruit section. So his mind told him, I'm going to buy up all of these plastic apples. And guess what, y'all? He bought up the apples, and he went to that tree on his property, and he got all of this glue, and he began to glue these apples all on this tree. So when he finished and it was complete, his friend came over and he said, "Oh man, I didn't know you had gotten the tree to grow." And all of these beautiful red apples was all on the tree. So his buddy went, he said, "Man, I'm going to see if your apples are as sweet as my apples, because I bought you a bag of my apples. So you mind if I get one of your apples?" So the man said, "Oh, no, don't touch my tree. My tree is just as it is." He said, "Well, man, the tree that bears fruit is supposed to be eaten. What you going to do with all those apples?" He said, "Oh, I just want to look at them and admire them." And the man thought, that's strange. That just doesn't make sense to me. So, how about this? The next day, the man who had the real apple tree, he said, "Okay, I know he's gone to the store. So I'm going to go around there to his house and I'm going to get one of them apples off that tree." So when the man got there to the tree, and it's beautiful. The guy had it just glued up really nice. And the closer he got to the tree, he says, "These apples all look too perfect. It's not a rotten one on the tree." So when he got to the tree, he discovered these are plastic apples. They're not even real. He got them glued all in there. Now, where am I going with this, you ask? Because everything that looks good may not even be real. Oh, let me go with this. This man who glued those apples to the tree, he missed a very valuable lesson in this. The reason those glued plastic fake apples wasn't going to ever do anything but just stay one color, stay pretty and glued there, is because those plastic apples, or the fake apples, was never connected to the life source, the tree. Y'all getting where I'm going with this? You have to watch, I always tell you, as well as pray, and have your spirit of discernment always at work, because everything that looks like a real apple just might be a fake plastic apple glued to a person who appears to be who they say they are. Y'all, not everybody is who they say they are. That's why you got to distinguish between what's fake and what's real. Who is fake and who is real. So again, I ask you, when people see you and look at your life or have anything to say about you, which category would they put you in? Are you fake or are you real? Now, granted, there are times we all have been fake. What do you mean, Pastor K? What I mean is we all put the best on the outside sometimes when we don't necessarily feel good, but we'll say we're good. That's a little bit different. But be aware and always cautious of a tree that appears to be bearing good fruit, but the fruit just may be plastic and glued on. Fake apples are never connected to the life source of the tree. God gives the tree life, and you can't take something that God gave life to and create it and add fake stuff to it, because it will always, in the end, get exposed. Think about that today. Don't be fooled by the fake stuff. Y'all, everything that looks good, as I said, in essence, might not be what it appears to be. Don't get caught slipping. Watch as well as pray. Stay focused. Keep your spirit of discernment intact. Be aware of any distractions that'll get you off of where you need to be and veer you off to the left. Stay on your path and don't let nothing get you down. But also don't let the fake stuff fool you. Y'all have an awesome day, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Don't forget, like the video, hit the thumbs up button, follow me, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share it with other people, and let other people know. You better be able to distinguish the fake from the real, because see, you can only fake just for so long, and then the real you will be revealed. Y'all, I'll see you back tomorrow.